All right, right here. So here we go. Okay, first of all, so we're going to look at underwater streamline here. Okay, you and your new fantastic shooters. Really good. See how we're right, nice tight streamline right here? You're dolphining, you're connecting your core, really good. And again, I'm going to keep encouraging you to work that shooter with speed. Okay, now right there at the end, look a little bit how you went from boom here to popping the head up. See how the head's up?
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the things I keep talking about is that head position. No reason right there to pop that head up. You had great streamline with your head in the right place, and then all of a sudden you pop the head up.
Mm-hmm.
So again, we want to be able to just to keep in that streamline. Okay, and then in slow motion here, look, you're doing a lot of stuff that's really good. Right there, that's a pretty good catch. You're not dropping the elbow. I mean, I could argue we'd like to see a little bit more of an early vertical forearm, but most kids right now in this situation really are what I would call it leading with their elbow, where they're like that. See how you're keeping that pretty good, the early vertical forearm? So you're doing a nice job on that. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so again, slow motion, pretty good. Right here, you're on top of it. Maybe start slipping a little bit at the end. See how that elbow is just a little bit right there? But you're actually holding good water right there. Still like to be on top of that elbow just a little bit more, but pretty good. Okay, looking at the other arm in slow motion. This is when I see when you get the hips in that cross kick. See how your kick right here starts getting really separated? And this is when I talk about you have one leg here and one leg here, and you have all this funny space in between.
Yeah.
And that's when you start like kind of over-rotating your hips, and that kick gets separated. Do you see that? Like when you go to breathe, all of a sudden you go to a cross kick right here. Boom, cross kick. Boom, cross kick on that one. But again, Maddie, you're doing so many good things here. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So let's look at coming back. Try to get zoomed in a little bit. Again, see how from the front angle, you do have the great shooters. Let's keep working those. But then all of a sudden right here, you go to like Superwoman. See how that head's popping up?
Mm-hmm.
So again, in a body line, I'd rather have that head position right here. And again, what you actually have your head kind of above that line.
Yeah.
Are you seeing that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So again, I want you to try to hold that streamline out. So from the front, right here, this is really good. When I'm looking at that stroke and where your arm is with early vertical forearm, fingertips down, and pretty good again, head position and balance right here, pretty good. See how we can see the NCA, in your cap? If you could leave your head right there when you're swimming, that's where we need you. Again, this arm right here, pretty good. Maybe I could argue just slipping just a little bit with that elbow. Okay, trying to get a little bit more on top of it versus dropping that elbow a little bit. But it's going to be head position and kick. So again, right here we're good. I'm going to try to narrow that back out. Okay, right there. I love the way it's long access, but again, kind of going back to your kick here. See how those legs start to separate? And again, I'm trying to teach you like to drive with the kick. And again, we see one leg separated and the other one kind of over there. We want to keep that kick driving you versus that, pause in there. Right here, again, pretty good head position. But see how you go to pick it up. Now right there is when we really see it. Now our body line's like this, right? When it should be, more in line here, and that head should be right in that sweet spot right there versus, again, you're kind of picking it up above.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see that? So again, in slow motion. A lot of good things. Okay, again. Boom, getting on top of that. See the fingertip to palm. Now right there, I could argue again, your head is about where it needs to be. Maybe slightly forward, where I'd like to see it a little more down. Looking at that goggle strap as a landmark. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay. But again, you're doing so many good things here, but we just need to, again, continue right here. When we go to do that, that's when our kick separates. You pick the head up, and we get the separation in the kick. One more time. Head up. The body line is okay, but look at the kick. One leg's here and one leg's here. We need to have that kick. I'll call it just driving, both legs together, driving right there.
Looks like a distorted stick figure.
Yeah, exactly. Okay? So again, you're doing great. So I just don't want to overcook this. You're doing so many great things. You're working hard. We just need to learn how to work smart with it. Okay, pause. From the top. Okay, this is when you see like that head position starting to change. You're getting the head back as you enter. And this is when you're going to look at those feet start to separate again when you go to kick. And it's going to be on this one, right? Here is where we get this one. You'll get the breath and separation. Actually, it's not that one. Let's go back here a little bit. want to go back to the overhead here. Okay. It wasn't as good as that shot wasn't as good as I wanted, but I can say this, that I see that you weren't really driving it as much as you needed to be driving with that kick. Okay, so again, the kick is kind of like you flick the feet a little bit and you have a little bit of that foot crossing over on the bottom of the other foot, like your one top of your foot hits the bottom of your other foot, and we just need to be able to like kick, kick, kick versus doing it. And then look at that right there. Hold on. Oops, I need to go back. Let's do this. What do you think about this look right here? Huh? And maybe,
I don't think that's even on my chin. I think that's on my neck.
you don't think that's funny?
The goatee.
You don't think that's funny at all? I think that's funny. All right, there we go. Okay. Good wave, good smile.